Hey, coin hunters! Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out a regular looking penny, and realizing, bam! It's worth $1.1 million. Sounds crazy, right? But that's exactly what's happening with a rare 2017 D Lincoln penny that has collectors scrambling to find one. Now, before you go flipping over every penny in your piggy bank, let's break down why this little copper coin is worth a fortune, how to spot one, and how you might just be sitting on a gold mine without even knowing it. Oh, and stick around because I've got a funny personal story about a penny that nearly cost me a friendship, all over loose change. Alright, grab your magnifying glasses. Let's talk money. So, what's the deal with the 2017 D Lincoln penny, and why is it selling for $1.1 million? It's all about rarity, errors, and collector demand. Here's what makes this coin so special. The D on the 2017 penny means it was minted in Denver, and while millions were made, not all of them are valuable. The real jackpot comes from a rare mint error that happened during production. This is where things get interesting. Some 2017 D pennies were struck on the wrong planchet, coin blank, meaning instead of being made from the usual zinc-coated copper, they were struck on an old-style bronze planchet from earlier decades. That makes these coins incredibly rare. One lucky collector sold a 2017 D Lincoln penny with this rare error for a whopping $1.1 million at auction. The reason? Well, collectors go wild for unique errors, and the chances of finding one are ridiculously low. Now, if you're wondering whether you might have one of these jackpot pennies, here's what to check for. A regular penny weighs about 2.5 grams, but the rare bronze error coin weighs 3.1 grams. If you've got a kitchen scale, weigh it. Bronze pennies have a slightly darker, reddish tone compared to the usual 2017 pennies. Some rare versions have double die errors, which means slight doubling on letters like Liberty or the year 2017. Alright, quick story time. A few months back, I was hanging out with a buddy who, like me, loves coin collecting. We were sorting through change when I saw a 2017 D penny that looked different. My heart stopped. Could it be the one? I asked to borrow his scale, and when I weighed it, boom! It came in at 3.1 grams. We both freaked out. I was about to claim it, but then he reminded me it was his penny. Talk about an awkward standoff. Long story short, he got it authenticated, and it wasn't the rare one. We laughed it off, but for a moment, I swear, I was mentally spending that $1 million. Lesson learned: check your change, but don't steal from your friends. Let's say you hit the jackpot and find a 2017 D penny that looks promising. Here's what to do next: don't clean it. Collectors want original condition coins. Cleaning it can ruin the value. Get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC to confirm its authenticity. Auction it off. Major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbowers are the best places to sell valuable coins. Conclusion: so, there you have it, folks. That tiny penny in your pocket might just be worth a fortune. Next time you're about to toss your change in a jar, take a second look. You never know what hidden treasures you might find. And hey, if you love learning about coins worth crazy money, subscribe to the channel. I drop videos every week on rare coins, how to find them, and how to cash in. Also, let me know in the comments, what's the coolest coin you've ever found? Who knows? Maybe you're sitting on $1 million penny right now. Hey there, fellow treasure hunters. Have you ever tossed a penny aside, thinking it's just spare change? Well, what if I told you that a simple 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny could be worth a staggering $1.2 million? Yeah, you heard that right. 1 cent, worth over $1 million. That's the kind of math I love. Stick with me, because in today's video, we're diving deep into why this tiny copper coin has collectors losing their minds and dropping serious cash. I'll also share some insider tips on how you can find one in your own pocket change. And trust me, you're gonna want to stay till the end, because I've got a hilarious personal story about a penny I almost threw away, and let's just say, I still have nightmares about it. So, what's so special about the 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny? First, let's break it down. A no-mint mark penny means it was minted in Philadelphia. Normally, you'd see a little P, D, or S below the date on a coin, telling you where it was made: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But in 1987, something weird happened. Some Philadelphia pennies were struck with errors that made them extraordinary to collectors. Now, let's get to the good stuff. Why is someone willing to drop over $1 million on a 1-cent coin? Some 1987 pennies show a distinct doubling on Lincoln's profile, the date, or the words, "In God We Trust." This is known as a double die-obverse, and trust me, collectors go crazy for these. A few 1987 pennies were mistakenly struck on brass planchets, making them stand out. If your penny looks extra golden compared to a regular one, you might be holding a fortune. Coins in near-perfect condition, graded MS67 or higher, command the highest prices at auctions. If you find one, do not clean it. That's like trying to fix a vintage painting with a Sharpie. Okay, time for my personal facepalm moment. A few years ago, I was digging through a pile of change and found an old, slightly worn penny with no mint mark. I gave it a quick look, shrugged, and spent it on a soda. Fast forward a few weeks, and I'm watching an auction where a 1987 no mint mark penny sells for 6 figures. I practically choked on my drink. I had the same date, the same no mint mark, and it looked exactly like the one that sold. I still have no idea if I actually let $1 million penny slip through my fingers, but let's just say, I now inspect every penny like I'm looking for buried treasure. How to find one and what to do if you do. Alright, if you're now eyeing your piggy bank suspiciously, here's what to do. These pennies are still out there, lurking in jars, couches, and coin rolls. Look for the key errors. If you see doubling, a weird color, or any unusual features, get that coin checked. If you think you have a valuable one, send it to PCGS or NGC, the big dogs in coin grading. Don't clean it. I repeat, do not polish your penny. Collectors want them in their original condition, so, there you have it. A single 1987 no mint mark Lincoln penny could be hiding in your loose change, just waiting to change your life. Imagine the look on your friend's face when you tell them you just bought a car with a penny. If you enjoyed this video and want more coin hunting tips, rare finds, and crazy coin stories, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I drop new videos every week on coins that could make you rich, and trust me, you don't want to miss the next one. And before you go, let me know in the comments what's the coolest or weirdest coin you've ever found. I'd love to hear your stories. Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel where we talk about coins worth real money. And today, you might just want to check your pockets, your couch cushions, and maybe even that old coin jar in your kitchen. Why? Because there's a 2006 Lincoln penny out there worth a jaw-dropping $1.30 million. Yeah, you heard me right. A penny. 1 cent enough to buy, well, nothing these days, unless you have the right one. Now, before you start frantically searching through your change like a pirate hunting for treasure, let's break down why this coin is so valuable, how you can identify one, and what makes it special. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just become a millionaire, or at least a little richer than you were before. The 2006 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, which is what the D stands for. Now, most of these pennies are just your standard pocket change. But every now and then, a rare error coin or a super high-grade specimen gets discovered, and that's where the big money comes in. So what makes a 2006 penny worth over $1 million? Let's break it down. Point 1: of the main reasons a penny can be worth serious money is due to mint errors. And in the case of the 2006 penny, a few extremely rare ones were struck on the wrong metal planchet. Instead of being made with the usual copper-plated zinc, some were accidentally struck on solid bronze planchets, a composition that hadn't been used since the early 1980s. This kind of mistake happens when old blank planchets from previous years accidentally get mixed in at the U.S. Mint. It's like finding an ancient artifact in your grandma's attic, except instead of an old teapot, you've got $1 million penny. A normal 2006 penny weighs about 2.5 grams. A rare bronze error will be 3.1 grams. The error coin has a slightly darker, more golden tone compared to the usual copper-plated zinc pennies. Sound test: this might sound crazy, but tap it lightly on a table. The bronze penny makes a slightly different sound compared to a normal one. Try not to look too weird while doing this in public. Now, maybe you don't have a super rare bronze error, but don't lose hope yet. Some regular 2006 pennies are also worth serious cash if they're in pristine condition. Collectors love coins that are flawless, meaning no scratches, no dents, no fingerprints from that one time you were eating Cheetos and counting your change. A 2006 penny in MS68 or higher, which is basically perfection, has sold for over $1,000 to $5,000 at auctions. That's a lot of money for something you might find in your pocket right now. If you think you've got something special, send it to PCGS or NGC for authentication. This is like getting your car appraised before selling it. You want experts to verify it's the real deal. Big time collectors and investors love rare pennies. Try places like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbowers for top dollar sales. Sites like eBay or coin auctions can be a good place to sell, but be careful of scammers. Relatable moment. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was going through my old childhood piggy bank, one of those plastic ones that you had to shake like crazy to get the coins out. Well, I found a bunch of old pennies and, just for fun, decided to check their values. I wasn't expecting much, but lo and behold, I found a rare penny worth over $300. Okay, it wasn't $1 million coin, but it was still a solid find. And let me tell you, there is nothing more satisfying than realizing that your spare change could actually be a small fortune. So trust me, take the time to check your coins. You never know what you might have until you start looking. Alright, folks, that's it for today. Now you know exactly what to look for in a 2006 Lincoln penny and why it could be worth $1.30 million. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I post videos about rare and valuable coins all the time, so you don't want to miss out. And hey, if you do find something valuable in your pocket change, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your coin hunting success stories. Hey everyone! Imagine finding a penny in your pocket, thinking it's just another ordinary coin, and then realizing, boom, it's worth $1.4 million. Sounds insane, right? Well, hold on to your seats because today we're diving into one of the most valuable pennies out there, the 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Worth more than $1 million? Yes, and before you go flipping over your couch cushions in a frenzy, let me break down why this coin is so special, how you can spot one, and how to tell if yours is worth serious cash. Oh, and stick around, I've got a hilarious story about the time I almost threw away a valuable coin. Lesson learned. Alright, let's rewind to 1967. The world was grooving to the Beatles, gas was like 30 cents a gallon. Seriously, can we bring that back? And the US Mint was doing something weird that year. The government decided to remove mint marks from pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. Why? Well, people were hoarding coins with certain mint marks, thinking they'd become valuable. The Mint's solution? Take away the marks altogether so no one would hoard them. Ironically, that made certain 1967 because while most were common, a small number had crazy minting errors or unique features that collectors drool over today, the rare features that make it worth over $1 million. So, what makes this coin special? If you've got a 1967 Lincoln penny, here's what to check for: the shinier, the better. If it looks like it was made yesterday, you're in luck. Some of the highest graded ones have fetched insane prices. Look closely at Lincoln's face, the word Liberty, or the year 1967. If you see any doubling in the lettering or details, you might be holding a jackpot. If the design looks slightly off, that's an error, and collectors love errors. The more off-center, the better. Pennies can be categorized as red, RD, red-brown, RB, or brown, BN. A full red, well-preserved 1967 penny is like striking gold. Now, if you've got one or more of these features, congratulations, you might have a penny worth a small fortune. Okay, so here's a funny, and slightly painful, story. A few years ago, I found a really old penny in my junk drawer. It looked different, so I put it aside, thinking, I'll check it later. Well, fast forward a few weeks, I'm cleaning up, I see the penny again, and I toss it into a jar with other change. Later, I stumble upon an article about rare. There it is. A 1967 no-mint mark penny just like the one I had. I sprinted to my coin jar like it was the Olympics, flipping through every single coin. And guess what? It was gone. Never, ever ignore your old coins. You never know when you're holding a small, copper fortune. How to sell your 1967 penny for top dollar. So, let's say you think you've got one. Here's what to do next. I know it's tempting to shine it up, but cleaning a rare coin can actually lower its value. Collectors want them in their natural state. Take it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified high-grade, MS67 or higher, is where the real money is. Sites like Heritage Auctions, eBay, or even local coin shops can help you sell it for the best price. Oh, and one last tip, if you go to a coin shop and they offer you $5 for it, run. The 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln penny could be worth $1.4 million. It's out there, waiting to be found. Maybe it's sitting in a jar, hiding in your couch, or mixed in with your spare change.so. Here's what I want you to do: check your pennies right now. Seriously, pause this video, go grab the change jar, and start looking. And if you love finding hidden treasures like this, hit that subscribe button. I post videos on coins worth money, how to spot valuable errors, and how you can turn pocket change into big cash. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and drop a comment below. Have you ever found a rare coin? Or did you, like me, accidentally throw one away? Let me know. Alright, imagine this: you're at a gas station, you buy a snack, and the cashier hands you some change. You glance down and see a simple, old penny. Nothing special, right? Wrong. What if I told you that penny could be worth a life-changing $1.5 million? Yeah, you heard me. $1.5 million. And it's not some ancient treasure locked away in a museum, it's a 1984 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, and it might just be hiding in your pocket or couch cushions right now. Hey, what's up, coin collectors and treasure hunters? Welcome back to the channel where we talk about coins that could make you rich. Today, we're diving deep into the 1984 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, why it's so valuable, and how you can spot one. Stick around because by the end of this video, you might be running to check your spare change jar. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a penny. Why would anyone pay a fortune for it? Well, here's the thing: this particular penny has something special about it. Coins become valuable for two main reasons: rarity and demand. The 1984 no-mint mark penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which typically didn't put a mint mark on pennies at the time. But here's the kicker: some of these pennies were struck with an error known as the double die obverse. This is what makes this penny stand out. A double die error happens when the coin's design is accidentally struck twice, slightly off from the first strike. The most noticeable doubling on the 1984 penny is on Abraham Lincoln's ear and the word liberty. If you've got a 1984 penny with a doubled ear, congratulations, you might be sitting on a jackpot. A perfectly preserved, high-grade 1984 no-mint mark penny with the double die error has sold for as much as $1.5 million. Even circulated ones in decent condition can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. That's a pretty sweet deal for something that most people overlook. Alright, so how do you know if your 1984 penny is the golden ticket? Here's what to look for: it must say 1984. If it's any other year, sorry, but you're out of luck. This means it was made in Philadelphia, where they didn't use a mint mark at the time. This is where the magic happens. If you see an extra outline or doubling on his ear, you've got something special. If the letters look doubled or thicker than usual, that's another sign. Some errors are hard to see with the naked eye, so grab a magnifier or a coin microscope. If your penny checks all these boxes, you might just have a winning lottery ticket in copper form. A funny story about finding a rare penny. Alright, quick story time. A few years ago, my buddy Tom, who knows nothing about coins, calls me up in a panic. Dude, he says, I think I found one of those crazy expensive pennies you keep talking about. I'm like, no way. Send me a picture. He texts me a blurry photo of an old crusty penny he found in his car. I zoom in, squint, and it's a 1984 penny. My heart starts racing. I tell him, check Lincoln's ear, man. Look for that doubling. Tom, being Tom, goes, bro, I don't know what Lincoln's ear is supposed to look like. He just looks old. After about 10 minutes of back and forth, we finally confirm it's just a regular old penny. But hey, at least he tried. The point is, these valuable coins can show up anywhere. You just need to know what to look for. So, let's say you go through your change, and bam, you find a 1984 no-mint mark penny with the doubled ear. What's next? Seriously, don't even think about scrubbing it with soap or polish. Cleaning a rare coin can actually lower its value. Send it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll confirm if it's legit and give it an official grade. Coins like this can sell for top dollar at auctions. Heritage auctions, Stacksbowers, and even eBay can be good places to list it. If you're unsure, take it to a coin shop or dealer who specializes in rare pennies. Other valuable pennies to look out for: if you don't find a 1984 no-mint mark penny, don't worry, there are plenty of other valuable pennies out there, like the 1955 doubled die penny, the 1969 S doubled die penny, the 1992 close AM penny. So always check your change, because treasure is out there. Alright, folks, that's a wrap. The 1984 no-mint mark Lincoln penny might look like just another piece of spare change, but as we've seen, it could be worth an absolute fortune. The key is to know what to look for and always keep an eye on your pennies. You never know what hidden gems you might find. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on valuable coins, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new upload. And hey, if you've ever found a rare coin in your change, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your story. Hey, coin lovers! Have you ever found an old penny in your pocket and thought, "Man, just a penny?" Well, what if I told you that a 1964 D Lincoln penny, yes, the one you probably ignored, could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.6 million? That's right. Today, we're diving deep into what makes this coin so valuable, how to check if you have one, and of course, the crazy story behind this rare penny's skyrocketing value. So, grab your change jar, because by the end of this video, you might just be a millionaire without even knowing it. Let's get started. Alright, before you go tearing apart your couch cushions, let's talk about what makes this penny so valuable. The 1964 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark, and while millions were produced, there's one crucial detail that makes some of them extremely rare. A small batch of these pennies were accidentally struck on a special silver alloy planchet, meant for dimes. That's like ordering a cheeseburger and getting a filet mignon by mistake, except, in this case, your mistake is worth over $1 million. These rare error pennies slipped through the cracks, and now collectors are willing to pay insane amounts to get their hands on them. Now, let's talk about how to check if you have one of these rare beauties. It should have a small D just below the year 1964 on the front of the coin. Most 1964 pennies were made of 95% copper, but the rare version has a silvery appearance because of the accidental dime planchet. If your penny looks a little too shiny, you might have a winner. A regular 1964 D penny weighs 3.11 grams, but the rare silver alloy version is lighter, around 2.5 grams. If you've got a scale, check the weight. A regular penny won't stick to a magnet, but the rare silver alloy version might show slight magnetic properties. If your penny passes these tests, do not spend it. Instead, send it to a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to get it authenticated. Because trust me, you don't want to accidentally use $1 million penny at the vending machine for a bag of chips. The one that got away. Now, let me tell you a quick heartbreaking story. A few years ago, my grandfather handed me a little bag of old coins. I was young, dumb, and thought, cool, free pennies. So, I did what any clueless kid would do. I took them to a coin machine at the grocery store and cashed them in for, wait for it, a whole $5. Fast forward to today, and I've learned that one of those pennies could have been worth over $1 million. Yep. I practically threw away a Ferrari's worth of coins for the price of a Starbucks coffee. Lesson learned: always check your change. The current market value of the 1964 D silver alloy penny is a whopping $1.6 million, depending on its condition. Even if yours isn't the ultra-rare silver variety, some 1964 D pennies with errors, doubling, or high grades can still fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Collectors love these coins, and their value is only going up. So, if you have one, it might be time to get it checked out. So, there you have it. Your spare change could be worth a small fortune, and all it takes is a little bit of knowledge and some luck. Check your coin jars, dig through that old change in your car, and see if you've been sitting on $1 million treasure this whole time. And hey, if you find one, don't forget to send me a thank you comment. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another chance to make big money from small change. Hey, what's up, coin lovers? Imagine this: you're digging through your change, about to buy a coffee, and boom, you realize one of those pennies could be worth a life-changing $1.7 million. Sounds crazy, right? Well, it's true. Today, we're talking about the legendary 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, one of the rarest and most valuable pennies floating around. And now, I know what you're thinking: how can a penny be worth a mansion? It's just 1 cent. Well, my friend, welcome to the wild world of coin collecting, where tiny errors, minting quirks, and good old-fashioned luck can turn pocket change into serious money. Stick around because we're going to cover how to spot this rare penny, why it's worth so much, and how you can check your own coins. And hey, if you like finding treasure in your spare change, make sure to hit that subscribe button because I've got more money-making coin secrets coming your way. Alright, so here's the deal. In 1994, the U.S. Mint was cranking out pennies like usual. Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco were all producing these little copper beauties. But a few sneaky error coins slipped through the cracks. The ones we're talking about today have no mint mark, meaning they were supposed to be from Philadelphia. But instead of being a standard issue, something went wrong during the minting process. Some of these coins ended up with unusual characteristics that make them super rare and incredibly valuable to collectors. Wait, my 1994 penny doesn't have a mint mark. Am I rich? Well, hold on, let's break it down further. Not every 1994 penny without a mint mark is worth a fortune. So, here's what to look for. Standard 1994 penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. But if yours is different, especially heavier, you might be onto something. Most pennies from this time were made of zinc with a thin copper coating. But a rare few were mistakenly struck on solid copper planchets, making them unique. Look for things like double dies, off-center strikes, or any odd markings that seem unusual. These little mistakes can skyrocket the value of your coin. I actually learned this the hard way. A few years ago, I found a weird-looking penny in my change and got all excited. I thought, this is it. I'm rich. I even called my mom to tell her to quit her job. Turns out, it was just a regular penny that had been through the washing machine a few too many times. Moral of the story, always verify before you quit your day job. Now, let's get to the good part. Why would someone pay over $1 million for a penny? Rarity. There are very few of these error coins out there, making them a collector's dream. Coin enthusiasts love these types of oddities. If you've got a rare version, you can bet there's a bidding war waiting to happen. Anything that deviates from the normal minting process automatically gains historical and numismatic value. One of these bad boys sold for a whopping $1.7 million at auction because it was in near perfect condition and had one of the rarest error combinations ever recorded. So yes, even a little penny can pack a big financial punch. Alright, so now that you're obsessed with pennies, don't worry, it happens to the best of us. Here's what you need to do. If it's got no mint mark, weigh it and look for errors. Use a magnifying glass. Some errors are tiny, so get up close and personal with your coins. Compare with other 1994 pennies. If yours looks or feels different, you might be onto something. Get a professional opinion. If you think you struck gold, take it to a coin dealer or send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC.O. And one more pro tip, don't clean your coins. I repeat, if you think your coin is valuable, do not clean it. Collectors want them in their original condition. Cleaning can actually ruin the value. I learned that the hard way when I scrubbed an old coin with toothpaste, thinking I was being a genius. Spoiler, I was not. The 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny that could make you a millionaire. If you've got a stash of old pennies, start checking them now. Who knows? You might be holding onto a tiny piece of history worth $1.70 million. And hey, if you love the idea of making money from everyday coins, make sure to hit that subscribe button because I've got plenty more hidden treasure tips coming your way. Drop a comment below if you've ever found an unusual coin. I'd love to hear your stories. Hey there, coin lovers and treasure hunters. Have you ever found a penny on the ground, picked it up, and thought, just another penny? Well, what if I told you that one of those little copper coins could actually be worth a jaw-dropping $1.8 million? That's right. Somewhere out there, sitting in someone's old piggy bank or forgotten in a junk drawer, is a 1988 no mint mark Lincoln penny that could change a collector's life forever. So today, we're diving deep into the mystery, rarity, and insane value of this penny, why it's so valuable, what makes it special, and how you can check your pocket change to see if you have one. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be running to check your couch cushions. But first, if you love learning about rare coins, valuable finds, and how to turn spare change into a small fortune, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss out on my next big discovery. Alright, let's talk 1988 no mint mark Lincoln penny and why it could be the best thing to ever happen to your wallet. Let me tell you a quick story. A while back, I was at a garage sale, just looking for some cool antiques, maybe an old toy or two. And this guy had a jar of pennies labeled "Take a few, free." Now, as a coin collector, my heart skipped a beat. Free coins? That's like telling a kid they can grab candy from the store without paying. So, I started sifting through them, and boom, there it was. A 1988 penny, no mint mark. My hands got sweaty. My heart raced. Could this be the one? I grabbed my magnifying glass, yes, I carry one, don't judge me, checked the details, and, well, turns out, it was just a regular old penny. These rare pennies are out there. And if I could almost stumble upon one, so can you. Now, let's break it down. Not every 1988 penny is worth millions, so what makes this one so valuable? Most pennies from 1988 were minted in Denver, D, or Philadelphia, P. But the ones made in Philadelphia usually didn't have a mint mark. So you might be thinking, okay, so what's the big deal? A special batch of these pennies was mistakenly struck with a proof die intended for collectors. That means they have finer details and a sharper design, something completely unintentional, the minting error. A coin collector's dream. The reason collectors go crazy for this penny is because of a small but crucial difference. The wrong obverse, head side, die was used. Specifically, there's a difference in the lettering and the shape of the letters in Liberty and the date 1988. These were supposed to be slightly different on regular pennies, but a mix-up happened at the U.S. Mint, and some of these error coins slipped into circulation. How rare is it? Only a few of these pennies have been discovered, making them insanely rare. And when something is both rare and has a cool error, collectors will pay big money to own one. If you have a regular 1988 no mint mark penny, it's worth, well, 1 cent. But if you have the error coin, the one with the wrong die, collectors have been known to pay upwards of $1.8 million for a pristine example. Even lower grade versions can sell for thousands, sometimes tens of thousands. And just imagine, this could be in your pocket right now. Grab all your 1988 pennies. Dig through your change jar, wallet, or even that weird space under your car seats. Look for the no mint mark. If there's a D or S under the date, sorry, not the one we're looking for. Examine the details. The giveaway is the lettering in Liberty and the 8 in 1988. It should have the sharper font style of the 1989 penny instead of the regular 1988 penny. A magnifying glass or coin microscope helps a ton here. Get it verified. If you think you found one, don't just assume. Take it to a professional coin dealer or grading service like PCGS or NGC to get it authenticated. Imagine casually handing over a penny for grading and walking out a millionaire. That's the kind of story we live for. The 1988 no mint mark Lincoln penny with the proof die error is one of the rarest and most valuable pennies out there. It could be sitting in your pocket, a coin jar, or even under your couch right now. If you find one, you could be looking at a payday of up to $1.80 million. Now, before you start emptying every vending, subscribe to this channel for more valuable coin discoveries, collecting tips, and strategies to turn your spare change into real money. And if you've ever found a rare coin or just want to brag about your biggest coin haul, drop a comment below. I love hearing your stories.